Well, hello, hello. How you doing, everybody? Hello. I choose to be guided. How you doing today? Well, listen. Okay, so let me talk to you. First of all, I want to thank you for joining me today. I have a quick word. I have quite a few words, but it's going to be quick. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Because remember, we choose to be guided. And as a result of us choosing to be guided, you never know how the Spirit is going to move. So listen, I pulled out a few cards. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, the Spirit said put them all back. And I guess we're going to start from scratch. What you saying? What you saying, girl? Oh. See, and whoever I'm talking to, one of y'all, you know that you had the plan all in place. Everything was in place. You did it how you wanted to do it. And the Spirit that told you to start from scratch. You like, what? I cannot even believe that. Like, what are you talking about? Why do I need to start from scratch? Do you know what I went through to get all the way here and you want me to start from scratch? See, that's a message for somebody. And you thought you had it all prepared. But then the Spirit is saying that is something else. Okay, so on this channel, welcome if you're new. I mean, welcome back if you're new. And if you're returning, thank you for returning. That means that you have been truly guided, okay? And at the bottom of this deck, okay, a new chapter. It's a new chapter, a brand new chapter. Yeah. I'll just tell you, okay, well, we're not even going to go into that. Because there's always an opportunity for better. If not this, something better, right? If not this, something better, right? And so you didn't, wow, okay. You're a beautiful soul, loving, beautiful, 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 beautiful soul. I did not plan on doing this right now, but you know what? The Spirit was guiding me. So I'm here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna put this right here. We're gonna set the stage, and Spirit said we're gonna take one from each pile. We're gonna get right to it, okay? Right to it. Because you know what? There's no time to play. There's no time to play, right? This is just what we do, okay? And we're gonna take it off the top right here. Ooh, service. You're being called to service. Actually, you are a person of good service. You are loving and sweet and kind and all of that great stuff. And you live a life of service. You live a life of good service, good faith and service. Okay? That's what happens. And then the Spirit said, take the one right off the top of the animal. Look at this. Always prepared. Did we not just start off in the beginning that you are all that you were prepared? You thought you had everything in line, how you thought you should have it in line, but yet and still it seemed like you had to start all over again. You had to start from scratch, started from the bottom, now we're here. And for somebody else, you have always started. You already did that. You started from the bottom. It's been a while actually. Not too long ago. You had to start from the bottom and start all over, right? And it seemed as though, maybe outside looking in, that you had just really fallen off. But instead, you have not fallen off. You've been doing exactly how you have been guided, because I choose to be guided. Yeah. All right. So listen. Take a I'm not gonna complain. Something just ain't the same. You know it's not the same. You're not the same. And you don't put up with what you used to put up with. You don't roll how you used to roll, and you will do anything for your happiness, baby. You are not playing about your happiness, your peace, your love, and all of that good stuff, okay? Let's read. Let me put my glasses on so we can read a couple things, okay? Before we get up out of here, okay? I better be quiet because you be talking about getting up out of here and you be here for a long time, not a short time. It's a happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations. Always prepared. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Always prepared. Miss always prepared. When I talk to a female energy or someone, even you could be male or female, and you've come in, you've stepped back into the power of the balance. So you're possessing both female, male, and they. We don't want to leave anybody out. You are the expert. Listen to this. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you what you need. So listen, this is what has been coming to me the last few days. Make a plan, but be willing to go with the flow. Make your plan. That's fine. Make your plan. You know how you like to do. But when the spirit guides you another direction, don't be like him and Han and I don't know about all that, because that's not the plan that I made. Don't get stuck, okay? Don't get stuck. Don't get messed up, okay? I want to say it to you now. Don't you do it trying to do it your way. Mister, always prepared, okay? Yep, I'm talking to you. Don't play with it, don't play with it. I'm talking to you. Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness. So is this the word? Is this the word? Is this the word? How y'all doing today? You all right? Are you all right? All right. Just like this. I didn't plan on doing this right now. This is not what we're doing right now. I've got a whole bunch of other extra, like some other videos that have to come up too. This is not what I plan to do right now. Ooh. Spirits are taking them all. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. What we doing, Lord? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, this is an interesting message. This is an interesting message. Okay, but we're gonna go with the flow. So we had service in the beginning as we set the stage, right? We have a really loving person, This came out upright. So this is a person that is very upright. Now, people may call themselves all kind of things, right? They call themselves all kind of things, right? One thing for sure, when you're talking about it, these things are just completely crooked. Don't worry about it. Stay focused. So, Empress, hybrid, whatever. Okay, this is a description of a characteristic of someone. And a true empress, a true person that is a wonderful, loving spirit being, they are not going after people. They're not sitting up gossiping, talking about folks. They're not doing all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's just not in their character. That's not in their character. Okay, that's not how they choose to operate. Pay attention. Okay, so this beautiful, loving person who shows up, who has chosen happiness, chosen to be happy, always like to be organized. All right, you may have been got it. Okay, you've lost a lot of people in your life. You've lost a lot of people, a lot of friends, family, whomever. This is what you lost, right? You've always been there for them. You've always been there for them. This is how you roll, right? Because you took the path less traveled, the road less traveled, which is the path. The true path is going to get you to happiness. True happiness is someone who is willing to let go of everything, all right, so that you can experience true joy, all right, true joy and happiness, okay? That's what you did. Now, you have persevered. Patience is really to suffer without complaint. You haven't been complaining. You every now and again you maybe have had to come to help someone, to ask someone for help, but that has not been your MO. You have not you've not rode that lane like it was a bad habit. okay? You suffer without complaint, and you've been resilient, and it's been a long time. I want you to check out what patience means. Go look it up in a dictionary. It's not just as it relates to time. Patience is more so as it relates to how you wait within the time than the time in and of itself, okay? So it says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. You have done that, even though you've stayed prepared. You stayed prepared, but you also respect that everything happens in divine order. You chose yourself. You chose yourself. All right. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. You chose yourself. You have not judged anybody. You didn't decide to judge anybody. You say, okay, you know what? You took everything that you saw in the others and what they were doing towards you as an opportunity of you learning more about what you needed to do. I always say, God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Why am I experiencing this? What is the point of this? Empress energy can be that is not as it relates to the portal that your soul resides. However, this has everything to do with the energy, which could be male or female vessel. All right? Please understand. Now, you are grateful for your journey. Don't let anybody put you in a box because you don't look like your circumstance. So you're grateful for your journey. Your journey is great. It's beautiful as far as you're concerned, right? And you are giving gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So you decided that, hey, look, yes, chose myself, right? That's what you did. You chose yourself. You've been patient and resilient. That's what you've done. You did that for happiness, right? You were a good friend indeed, right? It says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So you understand that whatever, even the friends that walked away and left you or whatever, you know that it was for a reason. You decided to understand that, all right, you're not here anymore. That's cool. God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Why were they here? What was the lesson? And you have allowed yourself to take the approach and the perspective of understanding that they were in my life for a reason, so I understand. You're not riding on the story of the pain for nothing but to inspire others to do the same and to transform their life, right? That's what you're doing now. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. I wrote this quote at a time, this particular quote at a time that I was scheduled to go to London, right? It was a seminar that I was hosting there, right, at the time. First time I was scheduled to go to London, I didn't make it, right? So at this time, I was completely down. You couldn't tell me that there was something that I didn't do to cause this catastrophe in my life, even though I began to see a profound experience how the divine orchestrated that during that time. It was during the time where there were like volcanoes erupting and all planes had stopped and all kind of stuff. And what you don't understand is that the divine has rerouted, reorchestrated things in your life just so that it can, a couple things, so that you can see God in the scenario and be able to be light on yourself. But also, guess what? So that it would say, you're not going to look bad because maybe there's a storm that took place. Maybe there's something that is not a natural catastrophe took place that made it so that you didn't look bad because you couldn't be there. You didn't look bad because whatever you had planned didn't come into place how you thought that it would. See what I'm saying? So don't be worried. Don't be worried about what somebody is saying. And I don't think you are. I don't think you really give a care no more about what somebody's talking about. It says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And it sure doesn't. And I'm going to tell you, in this scenario, that I was on my way and didn't make it. I have to tell that story on another video. Where I sat in the airport having faith on something. For two, man, Spirit say, tell it now. I love y'all. I love you, but I gotta go. Oh man. Okay. So here's the deal. For 2 days, I was in the airport. I had packed my bags, had faith in everything, had faith that I was actually going to this place, going to London. I was, at the time, I think I was writing Pregnant in the Spirit, or had just written it. Yeah, I had just written it. And I was just really, I was doing what the divine told me to do. I had faith about it, packed the bags, I had the driver, everything was in order, right? And I was so ready, but I didn't have the money. This was right after the recession. I didn't have the money. I had lost everything, right? But I was going because the divine had given me the vision of the global world peace true purpose movement. So we were doing global transformation tours around the world. I didn't have the money. But that particular day, this particular day, everything was planned. All my life, I always felt like if I get to London, if I just get to London, everything is going to come together. I am really where I'm supposed to be in my life if I just get to London. It was like heaven to me for some reason. Now I know why. It's not some reason. I know exactly why. Because it is the origin of my soul, right? So I got everything together and I didn't. I got to the airport, was there early, was there before the floor opened up for people to come and get their tickets. While I'm sitting there, this is what I had done. I had so much faith. I took an itinerary, right? And I'm like, well, God, I know God told me to pack my bags and to go. And here's this big event we're getting ready to have. And people are signing up. So this must be it. So, hey, I'm going to take it all the way there. So what I did, I packed up and I also wrote my little situation down. I signed up for the ticket. I figured. And someone had said they were going to pay for it, but they didn't. And I said, that's okay, because God's got this. And I printed off the itinerary. I had faith that when I got up there to that cashier, that they were going to say that ticket was good. Because I had faith that I was going. I don't care what. Because I know what God told me along the way. Pack the bags, do this, do that. I did everything God said. So, here was the deal. I'm sitting there. I go up. It was like 6 o'clock. I think it was 6 o'clock in the morning. I give my little thing, and the lady say, I'm sorry, this is not a good ticket. Huh? It's got to be a good ticket. It's not a good ticket. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I get back in the line. I get out of the line, go get back in the line. I come back up again because I'm like, it's got to be a computer glitch because I know good and dang on well this ticket work. God must have paid for it because all of this stuff that I did all the way up to this point, I followed how I was guided. What you mean, right? So I gave her the thing again and she says, ma'am, this is not a valid ticket. Ooh. I go sit back down. I call the host in London. I get on the phone with her, Vanessa McLean. I get on the phone with her. And we're talking, and I told her what happened. I did the ticket wasn't valid, and it wasn't valid. The person who said they were going to pay for the ticket didn't pay for the ticket. So everything was not panning out right. So I'm there. She said, don't worry about it. We'll work it out. We'll take the money out of the tickets that people paid for for the seminar. I'm like, okay, perfect. That was going to be the case. And then when I wait in line, go up to get the ticket. And because I didn't have the credit card, in my possession, I couldn't use that ticket. So therefore, I had to go sit my little chocolate self back down, and I'm just scrambling, trying to see what am I going to do, because I had nothing but my faith. That's all I had was my faith. So I sit my little self down. This goes on for about 2 days. But within that day, a volcano erupted. Flights started shutting down. Nobody could go anywhere. It was all, but guess what? Nobody was harmed. So there was a catastrophe. There was danger in the sky in terms of these planes can't go out, right? But no one was hurt, even those planes who had already taken off, right? So there was the volcano eruption, because I had taken my steps and I did exactly what the divine told me to do. Hands down. Pure faith. That day number 2, I'm sitting there and the floor is clearing out again. And there was somebody that I met. He was, what do you call them? Where they go and pick up the people around and take them around in the carts. Porter. And I had seen him a few times, and this is a little comical situation, but he looked like he was checking me out, but he looked like an Indian. So I really said, that nationality, I don't usually see them as checking, black people, black women out like that. I've never been checked out like that by what it seemed to be someone from an Indian descent. And I love y'all. I'm just saying, I had never seen that type of look. He looked at me like a brother, and he had been checking me out for the 2 days that I had been there. So I'm sitting there in the corner. I called somebody to come and get me because I needed to get home. The driver didn't answer. My friend, a friend of mine that I called, didn't answer. I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I said, God, send me an angel. Like, what is this? So in that process of send me an angel, what is this? This gentleman peeks his head around the corner of the podium. He said, hello? What you talking about? Now, mind you, nobody's there, but the cops are doing their little walk around. He said, hello? I'm like, man, I don't have time for this. He said, you're going to get in trouble. They're going to put you out. You've been here for 2 days. I don't have time for this, is what I'm thinking. So he sits down next to me. I'm curious. I asked him a question. I say to him, are you Indian? He said, no, I'm not Indian. I'm black. I'm blacker than you. Well, I didn't know. He said, I'm Ethiopian. I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm just wondering because I never seen an Indian check me out like that. Your eyes look like a brother, but it was, had the brother vibe, right? Anyhow, that particular gentleman became a friend of mine, and the Spirit told me that it was safe. He said, I will take you home. I will take you home. I ended up staying and doing what the Spirit said, told me to go. And I did, right? And that gentleman blessed me. And then later on, because there's more to the story, but I'll tell you that later. It's 25, it's more to the story. So anyhow, the moral of the story, that was then. And he told me, he said, don't worry. I didn't feel comfortable in going home. I felt like I would be a complete disappointment to my children if they knew that I did not go to London, because that was such a big deal. I thought, because after the recession we went through, we had moved from our home that we built. They had gone through a lot. So I thought this was the break. I mean, whoever you are, you've been persevering. So every time it's like when you're swimming and you come up for air. Every time the Spirit has allowed you to come up for air, you thought you were about to make it. Every time, you're coming up for air. Is this it? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And then you find yourself right back, not where you were. You're not going down, you're going up. But because you weren't where you thought that you wanted to be at the time, then you feel like you have backtracked. but you haven't. You have not backtracked. You are going up. You are making momentum, and it's going quick. You're in an even flow, and you're moving on up for sure. Okay, so in that moment, my little friend, he ended up becoming a friend, and he blessed me. We went to dinner, and I say, don't try this at home, okay? I told this story about a couple years later when I ended up actually going to London, and actually we did a tour there, and it was very, very awesome. I don't want to spoil it for you though. I'm not going to tell you every little detail because it is a really powerful story. So what happened after that, it was about, I had traveled quite a bit over the next couple of years, but then in a couple of years, I had never seen him. I had not seen him, doing the porter, doing what he does. And he had told me back then, he said, and I hadn't seen him in a while either, and he said, you're going to make it. You're going to go. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. But that moment, that next day, I remember after I left with him, I said to myself, if this was devastating, I was still having hope. Gosh, the Spirit really want me to tell you guys okay, so here's the deal. So I went to dinner, and I didn't want to go to disappoint my children. And so he invited me to come to his house, and he made a place, a pallet right on his, well, not a pallet, but a place on his couch. And I was so numb because I had been in the journey so long. I was just numb at the time because it didn't happen, and it didn't seem like it was going to happen, but I was still trying to have faith even then. And where he lived was near the airport. So he told me he had to go, he was going to school the next day, and he had to go to church, and I would love to come and meet the people at his church and all this, but I wasn't really hearing that. What I was hearing was, I'm gonna go right to the airport tomorrow, and I'm getting to London. And I woke up and this quote came to me. It was, at times life offers us choices knowing full well the choice that we would make, but presenting to us the opportunity to experience life and all of its profound results. Never ever regret any choice that you've made, for in all cases you have just become more knowledgeable of your true self. Thereby giving yourself an opportunity to transform and the opportunity to inspire others to do the same. When I heard that come to me, I wrote it down, and I talked to the gentleman, and I told my friend, I said, thank you so much, because it was late, and he left, and I lived far away from the airport. Well, much further, about 40 minutes from the airport at the time. And he said, no worries, no worries. He was getting ready to go to his class. He says, you can go and sit in Starbucks or something like that while I go to class. And we had a wonderful time. We went, and we're on our way. He stops at the bank. And when he stops at the bank, he gives me, he comes out and he has an envelope. And when he gave me the envelope, it had $500 in it. And I was really like, wait a minute, hold on, this ain't that. This is what I was thinking, like this. He says, no. You're a friend of mine. I just want to give that to you. Thank you for being my friend. Do you understand me? I made more in that moment than I would have made actually on the trip that I went that time, if I would have gone that time, right? So God bless me. So we went, had a wonderful weekend. We sang and had a wonderful time. And I was able to come back to my children. I didn't lie to them, but what I told them, they said, how was London? I said, London is a beautiful place. And I left it like that. It wasn't until much later when I was actually on my way, had my ticket and all of that, that I actually told them the full story because I didn't want to disappoint them on their journey. Because what do you mean you didn't go to London? So that means that all the stuff that we've been jumping around here and all excited about and having faith about, it's not happening. You know? That was my choice that I made. So fast forward, I'm on my way to London this time. Right at the gate. It's just like a story. Mind you, I had not talked to him for probably about a year, I think. And I'm walking, I turn the corner in the aisle and I'm getting ready to sit at my gate. And then I see him forward and he put his head down like this. And I put my head down to the side. I'm like, oh my God, how are you? Right at my gate he was there at my gate. And we sat there and I told him, I'm on my way to London. And he's like, oh my God, I knew you'd go. I knew you'd go to London. I knew you'd make it. Beautiful story. And looking at that story, then I was able to share that story that is actually very inspiring when I got to London before a wonderful crowd at the hotel where we had our transformation tour. And then later on we were doing and celebrating in the streets. And then we had a meeting with also the executive director of the diaspora from that was in London at the time, and for Nigeria. So she was there, Olive Anwula. She was there. We had dinner. I brought the connections from London with Africa. We went to her house. We had a wonderful time. So the divine orchestrated at the perfect time an amazing result. Movie worthy experience. Exciting along the way, doing things outside of the box, things I normally wouldn't have done. And actually when I woke up the first night that I was there, I woke up and I said, well, at least I'm alive. Honestly, I'm like, okay, God, I did it. And it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And the experience in London was so transformative. It was absolutely amazing. Malik, all of us, we had a wonderful time. Spoke and presented at churches, at a farm. I mean, it was just an amazing experience in London when we went. And actually, Vanessa and I remember us sitting around the table and literally crying, just crying about what the results of it. And then I was able to come back and I had more than I would have had the first time. And it was just amazing. And not only that, the transformation, the experience was amazing. The timing. God's plan. God's plan. Okay? So whoever you are, baby, listen. You think you've made a couple of wrong turns. You're worried that you're not going to make it, that what you have prayed for, what you've been persevering for, that it's not going to happen. And I'm telling you, yes it is, baby. Yes it is. It's going to happen. And I want you to choose to be grateful. I had a friend once when I was in between, in transition, and I had really banked on my outcome being I was done with the journey, right? I thought I was done with the journey at this particular time, and it didn't happen like that. So I was just really like, God micromanaged me because I must be doing something wrong in this piece. And am I really listening? Did you really tell me what I thought you told me? Maybe you didn't tell me. Maybe that wasn't you. Maybe this is something else that's talking to me, right? Is what I was feeling. So a friend of mine, I remember them saying to me, why don't you just thank God? Just choose to thank God for the next week. Don't even worry about anything. Don't think about anything. Just thank God. Just thank God. I remember waking up one morning and the Spirit said to me, you don't have to worry about anything. We already took care of all that. Don't even contemplate where you will lay your head tomorrow, because we've already taken care of that. And then you have to trust that. And a lot of times it seems completely unorthodox, okay? I remember I was moving my office, and it was a big move, moving my office from office in Farmington Hills off Northwestern Highway to downtown Detroit, and in a big high-rise, the First National Building. And I already was just following the divine in terms of that move, but in this process where I was being called to move down here, down there, it was so much that I had to do. It was so much that I had to do in terms of the preparation, the move, the furniture, the whole 9 yards, the phone systems and everything. So the phone systems at the time is what I was focused on. And I was talking to my assistant at the time, and I was telling her that I needed her to get some things in order for this, call my tech guys, get IT together, because I had never been in a high rise like that. And I'm like, this is going to be a hell of what we're going to have to deal with, right? So get them together. Spirit told me don't do anything. Now that don't make sense, right? What you talking about? I'm about to move downtown in the First National Building on the 24th floor. What are you talking about? Spirit said don't do anything. Whoever you are, you've been told to not do some things, and you keep trying to put your little tinky toe in it, and no, don't do anything. And that's right. You're not crazy. Don't do anything. So I didn't. And let me tell you what happened. That was told to me during the day. That night when I was closing up my office, the Spirit said to me, if you had a husband and your husband told you he took care of everything, like you going on out of town, and he said, don't worry about it, baby, I got everything, would you do this to him? No. Don't do it to me, is what came to me. Oh, Lord, I say, God, be gangster, baby, be gangster. Don't do it to me. I said I got it. Bet. I got you, boo. Let me tell you what happened. The next day, sitting in my office, minding my own 2 cents. Knock on my door. My assistant said, somebody's here to see you. I don't have any appointments from somebody. It was a phone person. I said, I didn't make an appointment. Well, if you see them, they say that they can really save we don't have time for that right now. Not right now. Totally forgetting about the discussion, the direction that I was given the night before. She comes back in. Bless her heart. She was, I think her name, I almost forgot her name. Nadia. Beautiful. And she knocks on the door again, and she tells me, he said that he can save money. Do you have a few minutes to speak to him? So I said, let him in. He comes in, he tells me this whole thing. He said, I'll sit in your conference room, ma'am, and I will not bother you. And I'll get everything done and save you money and work out the transfer. Okay. Now, mind you, I still had to bring my IT people, but there were other things that needed to be done. So he did it. Now, I was in a law firm at the time. There was no reason that he would come in there unless he was guided. By the end of the day, every solitary thing that I thought that I would have had to do, taken care of, he had even talked to my IT team and everything. Everything was done for me because I let it go. I actually forgot about it and let God handle it like God said that God was going to do. So whoever you are, I need you to just thank God that it's done. Just be thankful. It's done already. I want you to let go of the worry. Let me put my glasses back on. Right? I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Let go of the guilt. See, you've been feeling guilty. You've been feeling guilty about something. And let my stories be a testimony to you. Y'all, the glasses about had it. Let it be a testimony to you. No, I need to put them back on because I need to get it. It says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And the belief that you have messed up and it's not happening, and everything that you done prayed for is not about to come, I need you to let that go, because that's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Let's see here. And you know what? I put something on me that caused an allergic reaction, right? So I'm going through the healing process, and also I choose to be guided and real, and to not give what anybody thinks. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let this. I'm trying to cover it up. What am I covering it up for? So anytime, whoever you are, maybe you done peek your head back because you feel that you don't have, something is not looking how you want it to look, because you're a perfectionist. Let it go. For real. That energy that has you in a box, closed off in a corner, because you feel that you don't have, something is not perfect how you feel that it should be. And we cancel all negativity, all negative energy, all dark energy, and we cancel that, and it's gone. Right? You are covered, you are cloaked, and you are in divine time. Whatever you've said, whatever you've done for your life, it is going to happen. And no weapon formed against you will prosper. All the veils are removed. All of the deceptive thoughts, the self-sabotage, the ideas that were of old, as a result of all of the things that you've been through, they're valid. You understand? So yes, it's valid. It's valid. You feeling what you're feeling because you done been through what you done been through, and you done been through a hell of a lot. So you okay. And you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Do you know what I noticed? When I was going through depression, I was looking at some pictures. Queen of Swords energy. You sharp. I'm going to look that up. Queen of these two together, because it came upright, right? And the spirit said take that one too. That's the Ace of Wands, okay? Fire energy. So listen. And by the way, this tells us, look at that. Power. Someone tried to take your power. Oh, spirit said take it upright. So you are powerful. You're walking in your power. You done took your power back, okay? Listen. These cards are cards that tell a story from the fool who took the leap of faith all the way through the journey. And it's an opportunity to play freely with the spirit team. It's like being guided. On this channel, when you come here, I want you to kick off your shoes, kick back, and relax, because what I'm doing here is following the spirit as I play. I make no apologies, and I'm going to stop talking about that. As I'm guided, let's just say, if I'm guided to bring it up, then I will, because sometimes there may be someone who needs a message, and they're pausing because you're worried about the wrong thing. All right? For real. Okay? I always say, when you pick up your little things, you need to be guided. I've been playing cards since I was little, right? I need you to be okay with who you are, how you're looking, how you're presenting yourself, and everything, baby. If you feel it, do it. That closet stuff, gone. No more closet. Okay? This is your life that you're living, and your soul needs you. Your soul aligned with you for a particular reason, a specific reason, and it needs you to step up right through those illusions, those projections of other people's voices. I think it was Aretha Franklin. She has a song that there was, when she talked about letting go of seeing herself through somebody else's eyes, through the lens that they have on them about you. Let it go. That's not you. That's what I was going to say. When I was going through depression, and I have pictures, and I was looking at those pictures, I couldn't even recognize myself. They were so sad, all those times and events and different things that I was looking at. It was so sad. I didn't look anything like myself. Nothing like myself. Right? So I get it. You feel like it's an out-of-body scenario. I want you to know that you are so beautiful. Male, female, they. You are powerful. You are awesome. Yeah, I had to take... What? Hell no. I will not. Because I burned myself with this. I have some type of reaction, and I'm going through the healing process of it. And because it didn't look like how I felt it should look, and I'm covering my neck. No! Look at it. Shit. I'm telling you. Be real, 100 grand. Fuck everybody. Shit. I'm just done. That energy, no. I used to be nice to even the negative energies. And I am. But the calling that's on my life, and I know this is whoever I'm talking to, the call that's on your life, ain't time to play. Spirit told me one time, because see, I'm Miss Friendly Sue. Friendly Susie. Okay? So I remember being like, at this, I would always, they say like, people doing something to you, reverse it to them. And I am here to save souls, to save these souls, the lost souls, for real, right? Not in a religious format, but on some evolutionary soul type thing, right? I know who I am, and I've stepped into that, right? So in this scenario, I was given this situation where I was supposed to walk into my power. And y'all, I just forgot what I was saying, okay? So that's what it was. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, so listen. I used to be real nice, and I didn't want to, reverse power, reverse the curse, send it back to sender. I still don't do that, because I understand the nature of the souls and the different scenarios of the souls, right? So anyhow, sometimes you have to, though. Sometimes you have to. So the Spirit gave me an analogy one day and said, listen, because I'm an advocate for communities, and I will fight I advocate for domestic violence. I advocate for communities. I advocate for people's visions and their goals. And I'm gangster about that, right? If you do something, look, yes, some things I fight in court, and some things I leave it right to the Spirit team. Because guess what the Spirit team gonna do? They gonna really do work. You might wish I would go to court. You might wish I would bring that shit up and just go to court. You might want that. There might be a better feeling for you, because if I leave it to the Spirit team, it get ugly, man. They never played about it. So it just is what it is. So anyhow, the Spirit was showing me how sometimes you gotta step up. Like I used to be Miss Friendly, and the Spirit said, you sound like Charlie Brown. That's why you come crying to me. Talking about why people so mean, because you sound like Charlie Brown. It's okay for you to meet people, to love people how I love them, see them how I see them. But by the time they've done something to you, you done forgave them, forgot it, wiped it off for them, and they have no repercussion to how they've treated you. They don't come back and do it again. You sound like you in France somewhere, and they're in America. They don't even speak your language. I need you to meet people where they are and keep the same love heart posture. Well, okay, all right. But then when it came to people interrupting sending you projections and different things while you on your journey. It's like somebody tripping you up every time you walk a mile. They trip you up and you got to trip. So then, a couple times you done tripped and almost landed yourself in a hospital or something, or you've been sick, or you've been distracted for days and this. And it's like, listen, I don't got time for this. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission with the divine. The divine has me on a mission. I'm not here to play with this type of energy. And see, because of who you are, the spirit realm is quite aware. So these entity energies, often, these people who are walking around in pure vessels, in vessels, are being used by the dark, in the entity energies, those that are dark, because everything from the dark side is not negative. But these have been dark, that are trying to constantly trip you up, keeping you off your task, because they got some low vibrational intention, because they're jealous of your light. It's not about the things. Those entities don't care. The vessels that they're using, a lot of them, it's like being used. I always take it back to the Stephen King's movie, The Storm. And the people, the enemy uses them, and there are many devils, not just one. There are many devils. We create them too, when we are in that low vibrational way of thinking and being. So they're moving about, causing and seeing whom they may devour, and they're getting those who are completely clueless. I ain't got nothing to do with that, because touch not my anointing. I know. But you better understand what you're dealing with. You better understand the truth about what's out here. What about? Listen. Stop playing with me. Step on into your power. Don't worry about what people talk about. That's not your business. Okay? Go beyond the aspects of the flesh. Can't believe that. I said I was going to look these two up. I want to see what comes out from that. These all came out. See, they have failed at trying to distract you from your overflow. This is what they want. See, you got to understand, there are people out here who are really wanting what you have. And you're wondering, but I don't have anything. Yeah, you do. See, that light, they know the abundance that light brings, the joy that light brings. When they look at you, they see themselves, and it makes them upset, because they are not where they want to be. You understand? You're beautiful, my baby. You are so freaking beautiful. They failed at coming for you. Okay? Let's look this up. Let's look this up. Spirit said I'm going to look both of them up. Oh, let's look at the numbers too. Oh, look at that. 17 may be very important. 17 may be very important for you. All right? The number 7. There's 7. Really, it's 7, 7, 7, 9, 3, 9. One, get no baby, it's all right. 7, 7, 7, 9, 3, 9. Wanna get the love, it's all right. Come on. All right. I got the power. Look at that. And 7:10 when did I just tell you 17 meant something? And it's 7:10 on the dial. And there it is. That's the way it is. Boom. All right, so let's look this up. I hope you guys are enjoying your day today, because I am. Okay, so we got 7 of this and 10 of cups. Okay. So, like I said, when you come on there, when you come on this channel, baby, you're going to get however the Spirit is leading. However you lead me, I will follow. Wherever you lead me, I will follow. I choose to be guided. Period. Period. All right. 7-Eleven may be important to somebody. I don't know what that is. For your birthday, I want you to look up the numbers, the spiritual meaning of the number 7 and the spiritual meaning of the number 7 and the spiritual meaning of the number 11 individually, and then also the combination together. 7-11, perfect combination. And the Spirit says 7-12 as well. So you and me, a perfect combination. All right, 7 of, what is this? This. And 2 of cups. All right, so how y'all doing today? How you doing? Okay, so the Ten of Cups tarot card represents perfect harmony. Look at that, an emotional fulfillment. It speaks to the deep emotional bonds we share with the others and the sense of love and joy that comes from being surrounded by loved ones. This card is often seen as the ultimate manifestation of emotional contentment and satisfaction. When the Ten of Cups appears in a tarot reading, it suggests that we are surrounded by people who love and support us. This card encourages us to nurture. Are you listening? To nurture and cherish these relationships, knowing that they are the key to our happiness and fulfillment. Ultimately, the Ten of Cups speaks to the importance of emotional well-being and the deep satisfaction that comes from a life filled with love, joy, and happiness. Oh wow, see, look at that. They tried to come for that. Yeah. So let me see something here. And the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Now, so let's see here. We're going to look at the combination. Okay. Hold on, guys. When the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles appear together in a tarot reading, it suggests a time of reflection and contemplation in our personal lives. This combination speaks to the importance of emotional well-being and the need to nurture and cherish our relationships. The 10 of Cups emphasizes the deep emotional fulfillment and joy that come from surrounded by loved ones. Now listen, some of you have lost your loved ones. You've lost the connection with them. Okay, Spirit. But there is a perspective to consider. There is a certain perspective to consider. As you've been separated from them, there are some that you will maintain their relationships, still keep love in your heart for them. Don't sacrifice your peace for them, but don't harbor any resentment for them. You understand what I'm saying, right? Don't be resentful. Understand that we're in everybody. We can see ourselves in everybody. We talked about that earlier. That the friendship here, okay? And some of it, blood doesn't make you necessarily. It's not your loved ones. It doesn't have. It's not exclusive to your blood. Okay. So in some cases, it's not talking about your blood at all. You know. So I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So just understand that. Okay. How can we gonna get this figured out? Did I fix it? Because I'm just saying. Okay, so here, let's see. Yeah. So I want you to know that. I want you to know that. I want you to know that. Okay. Here we go. What was this? That's what I wanted to do. I want to look up and let's see here. Let's see what we got. What we got. What we got. Okay, so we got Empress. Oh, guys. And Queen of Swords. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Okay. All right. Empress and Queen of Swords. And there you go. All right, so let's check out this combination here. All right. When the Empress and Queen of Swords appear together in a tarot reading, the combination can have a variety of meanings. Generally, it suggests a balance between creativity and logic. The Empress represents the nurturing and creative aspect of life, while the Queen of Swords represents the intellectual and logical aspect. So you've pulled it all together, okay? This combination can suggest that it is time to take action. Look at that. But to approach problems with a clear and rational mind. It is a reminder to trust our intuition. Look at that. But also to use our intellect to make informed decisions. I love it. Because, listen, this is one thing that I always say to people. Knowledge is power when applied with wisdom. And to not have wisdom when you apply the knowledge that you have, you can be deemed a fool. 9 times out of 10, you will be. Okay? The Empress and Queen of Swords combination can suggest the need to be both nurturing and independent, to find a balance between caring for others and caring for ourselves. Exactly what we've been talking about here. So you've got to find the balance. You got to find the balance. Caring for others and caring for ourselves so you can have your happiness. You step into your happiness. Don't let your whole nurturing energy get you messed up. Okay? Where you done lost the you know what you need to be focused on. All right? And that is staying focused in the lane that the divine has you, so that you can really walk into the abundant flow of happiness, which is joy and that purity, the whole thing. Okay? That's what you have to be. That's what I want you to be very much focused on. Okay? Don't look at my cricket glass. Cricket letter, cricket letter, cricket letter, I. Oh. Oh. I don't want you to get it twisted, boo-boo. Okay, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this message. Spirit, where are we going? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Something failed. Let's see what failed. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at that. Freedom. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Wow. Okay, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Isn't that a wonderful conclusion? Just go with the flow. And sometimes you gotta let those other folks go, because guess what's happening for you, baby? Ooh, supernatural. Supernatural. Gifts await you, boo-boo. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will, Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. It's time for you to rise, right? Because supernatural power, right? That's what you're flowing in. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Wherever it leads me, I will follow. Wherever you lead me, I will follow. Love and gentleness are my real strengths. I never give up. I will succeed. There you go, baby. Power. Check out the grizzly bear. Okay, look up the bear. The spiritual meaning of it. And then we have the peacock. Vibrancy. Your vibrant soul. It says you were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. You see that? Do you see it? Do you see it? All right. All right. Spirit, which one? Okay. Spirit wants me to pick another one and another one and another one. Yes. And whoever you are, don't cover yourself up. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't cover yourself up. You know, I think this, you know, when I had this little allergic reaction here, and I'm concerned about what, because it actually has cleared up a whole lot. Because I was like all messed up. I put something on my skin, and my skin is sensitive. And there you go, right? But the idea that I even think that, oh no, I don't know, I want to comfort them, but I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Just for that. Just for it. Just put it all out. Hell, and I will not give a about what anybody thinks. And there you go. Just in case. I'm not taking that energy. That energy is not welcomed in my space. And I'm making a declaration of that energy of insecurity, energy of fear, energy of people pleasing, worried about what somebody think, all of that can't go. You got to go. I'm sorry. Not sorry, you got to go back whence you came from. Period. Matter of fact, you go into the abyss and don't pass go. Okay? No, you don't, I don't want you to affect nobody. Go on back. Spirit gonna handle those. The Spirit gonna handle whoever comes for you. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about that. Because you have no idea. First of all, some of you have been called for a specific mission, and honestly, some of your mission would not be able to be done or fulfilled if you were not, if they didn't come for you like they did. You understand? How else will you know? How else will you know that you were a spiritual warrior unless you done went through some real spiritual war to battle? Wow. Okay. That was just like everything. The whole dang on book fell, it seems like. Okay. But how would you know? How would I know? How would I know if you love me? How would I know? How would you know if you love me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. Period. I'm so, man. Wow. Period. Okay. Look at this. I gotta get on. Okay. Oh wow. Here we go. You gotta forgive, baby. You gotta forgive. All right, because Spirit told me take all of them, so I gotta take them all, and it's all upright. So it is what it is. You need to have courage. You need to have courage. Failure came out again. All right. It says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So what is it? Are you holding on to something that you think that you made a mistake on? Like I told in my story that I felt that I really effed up and I wouldn't let it go. Or somebody in your life has done that. Yeah, 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 yeah. And they're under judgment. You've called judgment on a scenario in your life. You've called judgment on that energy that keeps coming for you, like they done lost it, they ain't gonna mind. Judgment has been called, and they were in a situation because they were envying you. They were envying you, but their attacks, they have failed at that. All right, that mission failed. Courage. You've had great courage in moving forward. It says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And you decided to do that. You walked through the shadows of the valley of death, and you chose not to fear no evil, and you chose to really, really trust that you were not alone, that the divine was walking with you every step of the way, because it didn't feel like that. And congratulations, baby. You did the damn thing. Now, God is restoring balance. God is restoring balance in your life. It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Without judgment. Don't judge the people. Don't judge them. Do not judge them. They're already living in regret, okay? And wanting to come forward with the truth to you. Don't judge those who have harmed you. Remember, it's, you got to remember that, like my grandmother said, we are living in a glass house. You are up for great success, okay? It says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And your success in choosing to love, choosing to walk through the fear, to go even though it was scary. It says, I use my intuition in all aspects of life, because you chose to be guided. You chose to be guided. That's what you did, right? And you have chosen to forgive. You forgave. You forgave them. All of those who hurt you and harmed you, you forgave them. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So you let it go. You let it go. And Miss Empress, and you for Mr. Empress, you've had with the Empress energy, you had empathy, but you know what we talked about. That's why it was the swords and the Empress, because you have to have balance. Okay? Spirit said to me, what? I need you to meet people where they are and keep the same love heart posture. Meet people where they are and keep the same love heart posture. There has to be balance, right? And I believe that you are deciding to do that. You are walking in just the flow, and your vision is coming to pass. You've been imagining something absolutely beautiful, and the Spirit is so proud of you. So proud of you for trusting. So proud of you for trusting. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. That's what you did. That's what you did. And I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. That's what you did. You are a beautiful soul. Yes, you did. I keep trying to get all spirits. Pull another one. Pull another one. All right. So look at this. You're a beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. Actually, what's going to happen for you? Okay, Spirit says show all of these. Okay, so what's going to happen for you? With your forgiveness and your empathy, and you walked in love no matter what. You did that. You chose that. You did that thing, baby. It says that your love is going to bring you actually a restoration has finally come. Yeah, it's going to bring you everything that you imagined and more. You can't even imagine what the divine is getting ready to give for you. You have miracles in awaiting you. I don't know why I just thought about that. Okay, so miracles await you. What are we doing, Holy Spirit? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I hope you guys are having fun. I don't know why I'm getting hot. You know what? That's like a spiritual hot. Because I'm finding out, and whoever you are, you may be finding out a lot of different things about you. Like, because as you elevate, the powerful gifts that we have are restored, and we start walking into that. We start experiencing that. Yeah, especially when you're walking into your authenticity, baby boo. When you start walking into that authenticity, you just don't know all the beauty that comes out. Look at that powerful change just fell out of there, just flew right up and out of there. Number 14 may be important. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. There you go. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. There you are, baby. Powerful change. Look at that. Magic awaits you. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through the deception. Let the past go. Again, it keeps telling you, let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Yes, yes. And listen, because of the change that is coming in for you, that is soul restored, that the divine has for you, that you have fallen in love with your soul. And because you're doing that, let me tell you something. It's so powerful and magical what's getting ready to come. It's going to feel like magic in your life. And you've created because you've chosen to be guided. And look at that. Look at that. Infinite possibilities right here. Infinite possibilities. See, I was done. And the spirit just like telling me, pull more, pull more. Okay, you, and we got one more to pull. It says, you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirit's flight. Spirit's flight. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. Infinite possibilities, baby. And the one on top. Now what we got here? All. Spirit said you got one more, and said take the one on top and look at what it is. Rebirth. Butterfly. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have the brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. That's what you've done. We talked about that in the beginning. That's why you're so beautifully blessed, baby, because you decided, you looked at the positive side of everything that you went through. And there you go. Look at all that. The change, infinite possibilities, rebirth, and also the magic. Yeah, a magical life awaits you. Spirit say, show you this again. Okay? What you trying to do? Take a picture of? You're a very old soul. You're a very, very old soul. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Look, when you doing what the spirit wants you to do, don't worry about all the time. You know, I guess it's trying to show us something because it was like, oh, Lord have mercy. These are powerful stories, baby. Who are you? Okay, who are you? All right, you have gracefully completed the task. Yes, you did. You who glide across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Look at that. Look at that. You have so much power. Earlier in the reading, did we not have that? Did we not talk about the power? The power. You got the power. Okay. It says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strengths. I never give up. Perseverance. We talked about that earlier. I will succeed. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Take a picture of that. You want to try to take some pictures and stuff. Supernatural. Let me tell you. Where we at? Oh, wow. The regeneration. The dragon. Again. That came out again. You are the ancient wise sage. You've been here before. Your soul, has, of course. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. All right, and Spirit say just go through it. You have followed your intuition. And check out these spiritual meanings of the loon. I don't know if that's really okay. Clever, okay? The fox. You have been clever. You're vibrant, powerful, right? The peacock. And you've got a new community coming. Yeah. Let's go chase you down. Chase you down. And you are stepping into, you little stallion, you're stepping into it. Spirit say, read this one. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Amen, amen, and amen. I choose to be guided. Transformation. It is so for you. Come on, Spirit. And stay honest and true. Remember to stay humble too, okay? It says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can't expect it from myself, right? Somebody not telling you the truth. They didn't tell you the truth. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. All right. You're there in material world. I love you guys so much. Okay? What you doing? What you gonna do the rest of the night? I don't know. What you gonna do? Don't worry about my glasses. I love you. I love you so much. And I know that you're gonna have a wonderful, 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 wonderful evening, day, or whatever it is, afternoon, wherever you are. Okay? Do that darn thing. Da 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 da. Oh, I just got chills. It means my mommy is here. Her friend, Esther Smith. That song just came through. Rejoice, rejoice. That was the first recording that I was a part of when I was younger, teenager, on the Voices of Deliverance. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. This is the day of thanksgiving. Enter his courts with praise. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Rejoice, 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 rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice. Come on, Ma. It's like I can see, like your ancestors are there. Remember, we don't die, we switch sides. And I'm telling you, they're there and they're happy for you. They're rejoicing in the ethers because you don't even know. Like it's a surprise party waiting for you, my baby. You did it. And I'm so proud of you. Listen, this is the day of Thanksgiving. Enter his car again. I can't make it up. The vibrancy. This is the day that the Lord has made. Do. Let us rejoice and be infinite possibilities and be glad. Oh, I love you guys. I gotta go. I will play and play and play. So I gotta have balance. I gotta go. Gotta go.